Let's do one more. I just took out the ceiling. Hi, I'm Alisha Watson and I play volleyball. I started playing volleyball when I was 13 in the 7th grade. I got into the sport just because in athletics you kind of just try it all, and I did it all for a while until I was in high school and I was just, forced to make a decision at that point. It's a little bit too much, but volleyball became kind of my life in high school. I think once my mom was like, you kind of gotta pick one, and I think once I fully committed, once I knew it was my ticket for, higher education, that's when I took it, all the more seriously. My first coach, I think, for club, he taught me everything, and he really taught us how to conduct ourselves, whenever you first start getting looked at by coaches. And I think just his overall belief in our team and belief in me specifically, he kind of just instilled that in me, that this is a huge option for me, and there's, all the doors are open. The recruiting process for me, I was very much involved. We have to work really hard to keep up with, rapport with all of the coaches. Whenever we go to tournaments, my mom helped me. She wrote down any coaches that were on our court, regardless if they were looking at me specifically, because you just never know. And so I would just write down, I would get that list from my mom, and I would email each coach, thank you for coming to my court to see me. I'll be here, in these next dates. Hope to see you soon. It was kind of just those things, and then whoever's interested, you kind of just, you keep up with those calls, keep them interested in what you're doing. So, it's a lot of work and it's a really long process. She was very supportive from the beginning. My mom loves volleyball just as much as I do. She's been there every step of the way. She's my biggest supporter, and she has like custom bracelets that she makes, and she's really involved with banquets and boosters. So I think that she's definitely my #1 fan. She's always been the most supportive person off the court. She's one of my inspirations to go into medicine. It's something that she's wanted to do for a long time. I've always been playing for her. I've always been working hard for her. She's sacrificed a lot for me and to be here. And if it wasn't for her, pushing me in volleyball, I wouldn't have the opportunity to have a higher education. So she's definitely, whatever you want to call it, inspiration, muse, or whatever. That's definitely her role for me. Whenever I came here is whenever I decided that I wanted to come here. I really liked the culture here. I'm big on family, and I really got that whenever I came here. And it also has like a tropical feeling. It's always hot, the palm trees. So it was kind of just a mix of everything. They were really supportive in, wanting to support what I wanted to do in the future. I spoke with him, whenever he came during his hiring process, and I think that a lot of our philosophies kind of lined up. I literally wrote him like a 5 or 10 page paper of what I expected out of a coach, and just kind of his accountability that he holds his athletes to was one of the biggest things for me, and effort and attitude. So that was really great to hear from him. Well, one thing, he was all about family and everything, and I think from day one, just seeing that actually come to life. His family was very close to us from the beginning. We're calling her mom, and day in and day out in practice, seeing those things, seeing him implement those key principles in his coaching style that he really respects. When you see those things day in and day out, that that's something that they hold truly to their heart. And I think that he's very genuine, and that came across in practice since day one. The new girls came here, especially, the freshmen. I think you kind of got to act as big sister. Being here for a long time, I knew exactly what it was like, feeling that I could get lost on this campus. So we kind of just, showed them our standards and what we expect and what our coaches expect. We kind of relayed those messages, and then ingraining those kind of principles and everything that we wanted to be as a team and strive for and be better every day. I think just doing that and working really hard, I think that once we knew that all the pieces were going to be here, that we're going to be able to uphold like those standards that we set for ourselves before season started. But it's great that I'm moving on to another chapter in my life, going off to med school. There's been a number of opportunities that kind of indicated that I really wanted to go into medicine. Initially, my grandmother was a nurse for over 20 years, so that was kind of what sparked my interest into looking whether it would be nursing or a physician, but I didn't actually really decide whether or not I wanted to be a physician until probably my sophomore year in college. With that degree, I think I would definitely, still I want to be an OB, but I would really want to do something along the lines of, Doctors Without Borders. I really want to get the opportunity to help people in different countries. My graduation is going to be extremely important. I'm the first graduate in my family, as far as kids goes. I'm extremely stoked. I'm a role model for a lot of people, and I don't think that I've realized that fully just yet, and I think once I cross that stage, I'm going to be probably in a lot of tears along with a lot of people in my family, but it's definitely going to be the biggest accomplishment that I've ever had. There are a lot of memories that I'll cherish for a long time. Definitely just meeting all these girls and just becoming family is probably the number one thing, but one that I will say will be memorable is winning. Knowing that this is my last year, I've kind of just trying to be, not take every ball for granted. Coach has done a really good job of helping me just be mindful and, just swing away and just play hard, because I don't want to leave here not leaving everything that I have and not giving 100% every single game that I have. This is it. So I wanna go out with a bang. So I'm hustling out there and I'm doing everything I can, to help us win. So, and appreciate every single opportunity that I have.